Have you ever gotten that feeling, when you're reading a book or watching a movie and something just feels off? Like there's a secret hiding right there, just under the surface? Well, you're probably right. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the absolutely ingenious ways creators hide clues and build mysteries. So welcome to a masterclass in the art of secrets.
So, where do they even begin? Do they start with some super complex algorithm or a hidden map? The real answer is actually a lot simpler and way more clever. You see, secrets can be hidden
right out in the open, using nothing more than the first letter of every single line of text.
Or even in those empty spaces that we're all trained to just ignore. I'm talking about the gaps between the words themselves.
And sometimes, they're woven right into the world around us, completely blurring the line between the puzzle and your reality. Let's break down exactly how it's done.
All right, our first stop is the art of hiding things right under your nose. These are the kinds of techniques that don't really require a fancy decoder ring, just a sharp eye and maybe a new way of looking at what's already there.
Okay, first up, a true classic, the acrostic. It is such a simple, beautiful idea. A message is literally spelled out by taking the first letter of each line. You can see it here. This little poem's first letters spell out treasure. It's the perfect example of a secret that isn't locked away, it's just kind of hiding in the structure of the text.
But what if the letters themselves are just a distraction? Look here. The sentence on the left looks totally normal. But the one on the right, see that weird spacing? Those are not typos, not at all. They're actually a hidden message in Morse code. A single space is a dot. A double space is a dash. The secret is literally in the silence between the words.
Now, this next one, this is where the medium itself becomes part of the puzzle. Just imagine you've got words scattered all over a page, and they look like total nonsense. But if you fold it in a very specific way, they suddenly line up to form a brand new sentence. It's such a clever twist because the clue isn't on the paper is the clue.
Okay, now we're leveling up. For these next secrets, just having a keen eye isn't going to be enough. You need a key. This is the Codebreaker's Toolkit, systematic ciphers that can turn simple text into what looks like an unbreakable puzzle. Unless, of course, you know the system.
Every codebreaker starts with the most fundamental cipher out there, the A equals 1, B equals 2 substitution. So a string of numbers like 8, 5, 12, 16 quickly becomes H, E, L, P. It's simple, yeah? But puzzle makers love to use it as the first accessible layer of a much bigger mystery. Think of it like the welcome mat to a giant puzzle.
So picture this. You're looking at an old pirate map or maybe some ancient document from a secret society. You notice the border. It's made of all these strange geometric shapes. It just looks like decoration, but you get this nagging feeling like, I've seen this somewhere before. So why does it look so familiar? Because it's not a border, it's a code. This right here is the classic pigpen cipher. See how letters are put inside these grid shapes? The symbol for each letter is just the shape of the pig pen that it's sitting in. That decorative border you saw, it was actually writing out a secret message the whole time.
Okay, let's jump from the 18th century straight into the digital age. You find this string of ones and zeros. At first glance, it looks like complete nonsense, right? Just raw computer data. What could it possibly mean?
Well, in the universal language of computers, ASCII, this binary string translates to something really simple. H and I. It's a super common first step in digital puzzles. It's a way to embed a clue in the source code of a website or a file. And it reminds us that even the most basic language of technology can hold a secret.
So what makes a cipher almost unbreakable? It's when the key isn't a system but a shared object. That's the whole idea behind a book cipher. A set of numbers like 4, 12, 7 means nothing by itself. But if you and I both have a copy of, say, Moby Dick, it tells you go to page 4, line 12, and find the 7th word. The message is perfectly hidden in a huge sea of other words.
All right, now we're going even further. This is where the game literally spills out of the page or the screen and crashes into the real world. These are the techniques you'll see in alternate reality games, or ARGs, that turn regular players into real-life detectives.
This is such a classic RAS trick.
You see a link on a website that says, click here for more info, but if you actually hover your mouse over it and look at the URL itself, you might see a weird string of letters and numbers embedded in the web address. The link takes you where it says it will, sure, but the real clue is hidden in the address bar, just waiting for someone to think to look.
And honestly, the digital world offers an incredible playground for this stuff. A totally innocent photo posted online, it might have GPS coordinates hidden in its metadata, leading you to a real-world spot. A distorted audio file might reveal a hidden image or word if you run it through a spectrogram. From QR codes disguised as artwork to fake social media profiles that actually talk to you, the puzzle becomes a living, breathing thing.
So, we've looked at text tricks, we've looked at ciphers and reality-bending clues, but we've looked at them as separate tools. The true genius of modern puzzle design isn't in using just one of them. No, it's in layering them on top of each other, creating a whole chain of discovery that takes you on a journey.
And this is really where it all comes together. A creator won't just use a simple acrostic. They'll use an acrostic that reveals a set of letters that you then have to decode with a cipher. Or maybe they'll hide a QR code, not on a website, but print it in a physical book, and that leads you to a digital puzzle. It creates this awesome chain where each solution you find is just the key to the very next lock.
This right here, this is the core philosophy. It's all about progressive revelation. The goal isn't just to stump you with one impossible puzzle. It's to create a cascade of discovery, where every single aha moment gives you the tool you need for the next challenge. It's really like a conversation between the creator and you, the solver.
So, from acrostics all the way to spectrograms, you now have the toolkit. You've seen the systems, you can recognize the techniques, and you know where the creators are likely to hide their clues. The world of secrets is officially open for business.
So the next time you're reading a book or watching a film or playing a game and something feels just a little off, trust that feeling. It probably is a clue. And now the only question left is, what will you find?